page. You're going to have to find it because we've set it up about 2 months ago. Charles Conwell, thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good, bro. How you?
I'm good, man. Excited to talk to you, man. Lot of questions. We see you have a fight, but it's scheduled as a TBA. So we're hoping maybe you can enlighten us on a potential opponent or nothing yet.
Yeah, we got a opponent. I don't know if they want me to drop the name or nothing like that yet, but versus a undefeated Hispanic guy. So
Is it someone that you feel your public is going to consider a big fight for you?
I mean, I consider it on paper probably best fighter I done fought so far, but it's not like
Okay.
a real big. It's not like a real big name or nothing like that. It's not like a guy with a crazy name or nothing like that. So yeah.
So how you been first off, man? I'm sorry, should have led with that.
I've been good, man. I've just been good. Just been training, locking in, trying to get right for my next fight. Just keep getting better and doing what I do best.
Do you have any frustrations with the way that their career has been going, or has this been by design? Because um, I feel like you're no longer with your original manager, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to be with
Uh.
Split T, so that could have, took some time out. You switched
Yeah.
promoters from Lou DiBella to Golden Boy. That could have took some time out. So, again, are you frustrated at this point, or are you okay with the way things went because this is the way they had to go?
Like you said, I'm not gonna say I'm okay with it. I think my career should have went a different way, but everybody's career is different. Everybody got different things in their life. My career is not like a cookie cutter for nobody's career. Everybody's career is different. So I mean, I envision my career to be different, but I think we back on track now. So I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm back active. I'm back fighting. So that's good for me right now.
Can you point to anything to say that's what went wrong?
I just think I just needed a whole new refresher. I just feel like the team that I started with, it was just wasn't. I didn't think my team and the team that I started with just didn't click like it used to at the beginning, and things just we just both had to separate and just start fresh with our own, and they go and start fresh with doing what they want to do on their end. So
Do you feel that you weren't marketed correctly, specifically? And I don't know how you feel about it. Obviously, you know, um, I'm thinking from a business standpoint. You are real life and went through that, but we all know you had that fight with Patrick Day. It
yeah.
just feels like they should have taken that and used it as a selling point. I don't know if you feel that would have been disrespectful today or not, or you feel like, yeah, they did drop the ball because they could have made you more of a scarier type of guy in the media, right? I just assume. I don't know. Do you?
Um, I don't know about using that situation for my image. I just think that's not a good look, and That's not respectful to the sport because that's not what the sport's about, and that's not what I'm about. So I don't really, I wouldn't really care for them to even try to even do something like that. And I'm glad they didn't do nothing like that or try to even push me to make me do anything like that. But as far as just general marketing and just being a really underrated fighter in the eyes of the public, yeah, I think they could have probably pushed me more as far as that. But as far as like using that situation and that story as a marketing scheme or something like that, I don't think that would have been a good idea. That's just me though.
Nah, for sure. Understandable. I gotta ask though, because this is a call-in show and people kind of use that. Like, this you've done what you've done in this sport. You have the power, you've demonstrated it, but they don't really use that to market you, or Virgil Ortiz for that matter is another guy that we talk about that had all these knockouts and they wouldn't really promote it the way they
Right.
should. But that being said, you have made the transition now. You have a new manager, you have a new promoter, and from what it sounds like, you feel this is the right team. Can you explain why you believe that?
I believe that because they're keeping me active, man. They keep me active. They keep me in the ring, and they keeping me busy. I feel like with the situation I had before that, I was out the ring for a long time, so I needed that activity. I needed that push and that support to keep me active. One to keep me active, and one to keep me fighting. So I feel like with Golden Boy, they're living up to what they said they're gonna do for me, which is keep me active and keep me in the ring. So I respect that a lot about them, and I appreciate that.
Um,
Charles,
Go ahead, Tone.
what do you feel about like for you to be at your best, the best Charles Conwell? How many times a year do you think you should fight?
I mean, I feel like at least 3 or 4 times a year. I feel like activity definitely plays a role in every fighter's career. If anybody off a long layoff not going to perform the best as they or the best they could. So I feel like with more activity for any fighter is going, especially me. I feel like the more activity you see from me, the better I get in the ring. The more I can show, the more I can, display in the ring. So yeah.
But can you really do 4 training camps a year?
I mean, this is my third fight, but and it all just depend on the quality of people you fighting too. So it's just all depends. You know what I'm saying? Because you fighting a guy at the top level, I don't think you're gonna fight 4 times a year. So I just feel like it all just depends on the quality of people you fighting, how you get how the fights are going, like if you're getting injured or cut or So it just all depends. But the sooner you get somebody back in the ring, I feel like the better they be each time, as long as they're not getting overworked.
So I got one last one before I get to the people's questions, and I just wanted to know if you can let us know why you didn't want to fight Boots.
Okay. I just feel like it's bad timing, and it wasn't for nothing. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't for like a title or title eliminator or nothing like that. So I feel like it didn't make no sense. The money didn't make no sense. I feel like with fights like that, I want to bring something to the table other than just my name. Like I want to bring like a title or make it like a title eliminator so it can be bigger. Because I feel like a fight with Boots is going to be like a trilogy. Like it's gonna be like one of them one fights like you excited about that you really can't wait to see. So I feel like with that fight needs to be built up, and just at this time I just don't think it made the best sense, and it's just timing too. So it's just timing too. So
All right, I got Rex Ala Delaware holding down the 302. Champ, who were your boxing inspirations growing up? I wish you the best in your career and bright future.
uh my boxing inspirations were my favorite fighter of all time is Mike Tyson. So I was real. I used to like. Well, I still like watching him. I think he's real exciting. I like the way he talks. I like the way he, was exciting. So that was like one of the guys I really enjoyed watching coming up.
Donald,
Charles, will you be hurt if Jake Paul knocks out Mike Tyson?
I actually will be hurt. I feel like that. I don't. I hope that don't happen, but I actually will be hurt because, like you
see,
said, that's a
see,
legend. And man, I don't know, man. I just feel
see,
like that happened. I don't know, man.
I mean,
But I
how
don't
do
think
you
it. I
feel
don't think it's
about that?
gonna
You're
happen.
from the Midwest, Ohio. Jake's from the Midwest, like, and he's fighting one of your idols in the boxing world. Are you at a crossroads? Like me, I cannot see Jake knock out another black legend. That's just me. How do you feel about that?
Man, to be honest, at first I thought like, man, maybe this might be like they might be promoting it as a fight, but it's like really an exhibition. But the
Mm.
more and more closer it got, I'm like, man, maybe it's for like maybe this is real. So I don't know, man. I'm just gonna be tuned in as a fan. I'm not even trying to really pick and choose sides. I'm gonna be tuned in as a fan. But I, if I had to choose for this fight not to happen, I wouldn't really want it to happen. It just feel like kind of like I don't know, like it shouldn't happen to me to be honest. But I respect both of those guys, and may the best man win.
it's 8 minutes, 2 minute. I mean, 8 rounds, 2 minute rounds. 8 rounds, 2 minute rounds. Do you believe Tyson beats Jake? He's 58.
I think he got a chance to beat him. Yeah, I'm not. I don't bet on fights, but I do think he got a chance to beat him. I feel like Mike Tyson still got that dog in him. I feel like he just of age. He smoked now too, but he just of age. But I feel like he still can fight though. I feel like I feel like he still I feel like he still can fight.
All right. I got Donald from Baton Rouge that says, do you see yourself training with Big Charlo in the future? That's odd. He didn't
Nah, I
say
don't think
fighting, he said training.
I. Yeah, I don't think I'll train with Big Charlo, but shout out to them though.
Would you fight him? Let's change that question. Do you see yourself fighting Big Charlo in the future?
The 154 Charlo, yeah, I can see myself fighting Charlo in the future. I think that actually be a good fight. I like that fight. Yeah, I can see me fighting him in the future.
I got Walt from Harlem. Do you think Team Ennis is overlooking the challenge you present to Boots should this fight come to fruition?
No, I think they know I'm a real fighter. I don't think they're overlooking me. I think they know I'm a real fighter. I think they're gonna train to be the best. Drawing Boots Enders in the ring, like I'm gonna train to be the best Charles Conwell. I don't think they overlooking me. I know that they know this fight won't be a cakewalk. They know they win. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a real fight.
Have you ever sparred or fought in the amateurs?
Yeah, we sparred a bunch of times before. It's always
Mm.
been good work.
All right, we got Nate from Alien Games. He says, what's up, champ? Nate with Alien Games here representing Denver. You look pretty good in your last outing. I hope Golden Boy can do great things for you. My question today is, what's your favorite Ohio dish growing up? Something that's always made your mouth water as soon as you knew what was going to be on that plate.
You said my favorite Ohio dish. I think one of the things Ohio known for, well, Cleveland in particular, is like the Polish boy. It's like sausage and barbecue sauce, fries, coleslaw, all over it. So I think that's like a Ohio thing that I enjoy to eat sometimes. Yeah,
I got years of lurking from Tampa. Charles, I'm a huge fan, but I'm going to have to ask the tough questions. One,
yeah.
did you send Boots' team back the counter for double the pay?
No, actually, to be honest, I like I said, I didn't even really talk directly to nobody team like over there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get a chance to like talk to nobody team over there. So, but once they sent the offer and it didn't make sense, and I felt it was too early. I'm like, that don't make no sense, and the money wasn't right. So I'm just like, nah. So I just then I never talked to nobody. So no.
Okay. Uh, when do you expect to get the Virgil fight? You was the number one in the WBC, but Golden Boy seems to have ruined that.
I don't know. Hopefully, I can get it next year. I think that'll be a good fight. Uh, and it's an in-house fight, so it'll be easy to be made. But hopefully, I can get it next year. I'm looking to finish this year off strong, and then get to some bigger fights next year.
Rod in LA, is a fight between you and Virgil expected to be next? And if not, if you could pick who you would fight next, who would it be?
Uh, I don't know if it's going to be next, but I never really they never really told me if it would be next or not. But I expect that fight to happen in the future for sure. Like I said, we both at the same company in the same weight class. I feel like it's inevitable for it to happen. But if I could fight anybody in the weight class, I'll fight Virgil, Fundora, the IBF dude, Crawford. You know, I want the big fights. I want the belt, so I'll fight any of those guys.
I got Toledo Treese in Ohio that says, would you fight Xander Zayas?
Oh yeah, I'll fight Xander if it's for like a title eliminator. I feel like I don't know, still feel like he kinda young to me, but he number one in the WBO now, so if it's for a title eliminator, I think that'd be a good fight. I'd definitely take it.
James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas. Do you think Virgil won that fight versus Boacek?
I thought that was a real close fight, to be honest. I thought that was a real close fight. I feel like he it could have went either way, but I feel like he knocked him down so many times. I don't know. I feel like it was a close order. I say it's either a draw or Boychuk.
I got Octo that says, "Greeting, champ. Who's your favorite music artist? And give me one movie I should watch."
Um, my favorite music artist, Kevin Gates. One movie you should watch. Uh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't really be tapped into the movies like that, especially nothing new.
No time for movies. Keem the Dream in Florida says, "First off, I'm a fan of your style of fighting. I keep hearing you are not taking the big fights. They say you didn't take the Ramos fight because you needed a tune-up, and now the word is you not taking the Boots fight because of the money. How true are these rumors? When can we expect you in a big fight?"
Um, like I said, I never talked to nobody from Ramos either, so I don't know about that. But I expect to be in a big fight next year. Hopefully, the top of next year, man. That's what I want. I want to be in big fights next year. So finish this year out strong. I want to go for some guy with a name that can bring more uh value to me, like somebody with a title eliminator, those type fights.
As far as Jesus Ramos, I was on the Zoom call with Mauricio. He announced that, your team turned down the Jesus Ramos fight, stating that you needed a tune up before that fight. And I'm assuming that's when, uh, I mean, I don't know when. I don't want to say it was for the Erickson fight or after because I'm not sure. I just know I was on the call when he said that. We got Bori. 1820 says, "Bori from the Bronx, please take the money. You can build your name with this fight. Look at Pitbull. I'm not saying you don't negotiate. At the end of the day, don't let the opportunity get away." That's not really a question, laugh out loud. So you're right. It's not a question, just a statement. Obviously, we were expecting you about 2 months ago, so some of these are old. That's why they're so boots heavy, because that was a little hotter
Okay,
back then. So some of these are
right.
like a month old, 2 months old, and I'm just reading them. But yeah, they wanted you to take that fight. We all thought it was a big fight. We do understand that the money was less, which brings me to I don't know whose question is. I'll find his name, but he said something like, "What was your stance on the Brian Norman Boots negotiations, and did that have any impact on you choosing not to fight Boots?"
I
And
mean,
that name is Rue in the 504 New Orleans.
I mean, what they had going on ain't really had nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So no, it didn't really affect me. It was interesting to hear about, but I don't think it really affected my decision of what I had going on.
Really? Okay, so understand what we thinking, right? We thinking I'm Charles Conwell. I'm reading in the media that Brian Norman, someone younger than me, is gonna make $1.7 million versus Boots and turned it down. And then, the rumor is you got offered a lot less than that. So we just thought, yeah, he don't want to take it because, they offering Norman so much more. We understand Norman was a world
I mean,
champion and it was going to be a
yeah, but he
unification.
offered them. I mean, it was like I said, it was interesting to see, like where my market value was, how they making it seem compared to Brian Norman. But I don't think that at the end of the day, his decision of what he did affected my decision. But I read it, I understood it, but it just, I don't know. And I don't know.
For sure. Um, we got, I think that's actually everything. Let me refresh here. Yeah, that might be everything. So, uh, I appreciate you coming on, champ. Glad we could finally get this done. I
For
would
sure,
love an opportunity to get you back on the minute you can announce the guests so guys could get excited again. But
sure.
yeah, we appreciate the opportunity. Please give out your social media if anybody that isn't following you can do so.
My social media is at Charles Conwell, just my first and last name. That's it. Yeah.
Oh, we got another one that says, "How did you link up with Wise Owl Boxing?" And he says he thinks Brandon Adams would be a good fight for you. Uh, can that fight happen with the same management team?
Um, Higher than Wild, I just got introduced. I just got introduced to them through somebody else I knew, and we came up with a an agreement that worked for both of us. But as far as the Brandon Adams fight, maybe one day it can happen. I mean, as long as it makes sense, as long as it makes sense. But like I said, it's an eliminator or it's like for something like that. Like I'm tired of like fighting. Like sometimes these regular fights, I'm ready to be put in a position where I can fight for a title. So,
All right, champ. Well, I appreciate you, man. Once again, give out that social media for anybody that isn't following you, and we appreciate you coming on the show. Enjoy the rest of your day.
all right, yeah, for sure. My all my social media platforms, just my first and last name, Charles Conwell, no spaces, no underscores.
All right, and can you announce that date?
Uh,
Not the name, but oh, you can't
yeah,
announce the
yeah.
date
I just
neither.
fuck it. Yeah, yeah. It's December 14th.
All right, all right. Appreciate you. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Conwell. Thanks for coming on the show.